Good day everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. I am Sadra Ebrahim and this is the continuation of the first reporter. So before we proceed, no, pagpasensyahan niyo na yung boses ko kasi kagagaling lang din po sa lagnat and medyo namamaos pa. So, assumption of the behavioral perspective, no, wherein behaviorism is primarily concerned with observable behavior as opposed to internal events like thinking and emotion. So, in other words, no, the behaviorists only study things they can directly observe and measure. So, they don't try to guess what someone is thinking or feeling. They only focus on what people do, on what people would be react, and behave. So, for example, no, a child raised their hands. So, yung the child raised her hand, that is the observable behavior. So, that was the only focus of the behaviorism. So, behaviorist, rather. So, they don't know what was that a child thinking before raising their hand. So that was the only main point ng assumption number 3, no. So another example para mas maintindihan, no, yung nanonood kayo ng movie, no. So typical kapag sad ending is umiiyak tayo. So observable behavior doon is yung umiiyak. Then yung bago siya umiyak or habang nanunood siya, that was the unobservable behavior na hindi pa na-focus or na-oppose ng mga behaviorist. So, let's proceed, no, sa number 4. Wherein, ang sinasabi lang dito is, we have the similarities on the way the animals learn and the humans learn. So, the scientists kasi, they conduct a study wherein pinag-aaralan nila yung the way the animals learn on new things, and dito they assume they come up with the idea that we have the similarity nga na kung paano mag-behave and mag-react on a particular situation. So, let's proceed, no, in assumption number 5. Kasi it's very comprehensive wherein sinasabi lang, ang main point lang talaga ng number 4, assumption number 4 is we have the similarities on the way the animals learn. But we are more better than the animals, no. We are more smarter than the animals. Dito lang kasi yung mga scientists is they study animals to understand how humans react and behave on a particular situation. Let's proceed in the assumption number 5. So, dito naman, the behavior is the result of stimulus response. So, ang main idea lang dito is you can predict kung ano yung magiging reaction ng isang tao when you know the stimulus. Yung stimulus, ito yung nagkukos sa atin na mag-react in a particular scene or in a particular events or something that we can gain a response on that individual or someone. So, halimbawa na lang nito, no, para mas maintindihan, is namatay yung nanay mo. So, of course, no, ang mapopredict natin na magiging behavior niya is iiyak siya, hahagulgol, kasi nga, we know the stimulus. Yung stimulus, ito yung nag-cause sa atin ng reaction or behavior. So, dito, sinasabi lang dito na you can predict what would be the reaction or behavior of that individuals when you know the stimulus, and vice versa. So, dito naman tayo sa behaviorism, strengths and limitations. So, the first bullet, no, yung first strength is the behaviorist approach provides clear predictions. This means that explains can be scientifically tested and supported with evidence. So, napaka-comprehensive na kung bakit siya naging strength ng behaviorism. So, it is because it is supported by evidences. So,
So, sa real life applications naman, nasali siya sa strength, no? It is because nagkaroon na ng development na kung saan nagagamit na rin natin sila sa ating buhay. For example, yung therapy, para sa mga may phobias, at yung counseling, na kung saan inoobserbahan nila yung behavior ng individuals to give an intervention. So, dito naman tayo sa another strength, no? It emphasizes the objective measurement. So dito naman naging strength siya. It is because they prioritize measuring behavior in a way na hindi siya na-influensyahan ng personal opinions or biases. So they don't rely sa subjective interpretation because they focus on quantifiable data. So another strength niya is a many experiment to support theories. So, kagaya rin siya ng first strength natin, no, yung sa first bullet, wherein it is scientifically proven and supported by evidence. It is also supported by many theories. So, another strength niya is identifiable comparison between animals and humans. So, it is also proved by the experiment na ginawa ni Ivan Pavlov at saka ni John B. Watson. So, ito yung mga strength ng behaviorism, no? So, talakayin naman natin yung limitations ng behaviorism. So, the limitations is it ignores mediational processes. So, they ignore the thoughts and feelings in shaping behavior. So, it only focus on what's observable, overlooking the complex internal processes that influences our actions. So, we know naman na hindi talaga totally maiintindihan yung mga tao kasi napaka-complicated, no? In terms on what would they behave, kung ano yung magiging reaction natin, kung ano ba yung gusto natin sa hindi, kung ano ba yung nararamdaman natin. So there is no way you can totally understand people in terms kung paano siya mag-behave or mag-react. So gaya nito, they ignore the fact na nakaka-influence ang ating internal thoughts, yung feelings natin in shaping behavior. So that's why nasali siya sa limitations or weaknesses ng behaviorism. So dito naman tayo, no, sa another bullet ng limitations. So, ignores biology. So, they ignore our genetics and hormonal changes. So, halimbawa na lang nito is yung mga buntis. So, we know naman na yung mga buntis is very sensitive. So, malaman mo na lang is umiiyak na sila, nagbe-breakdown. It is because of postpartum. So, that's why nasali siya dito. So, another limitation is it is too deterministic. So, it says everything is decided beforehand, no more choices. So, pinapangunahan nila yung results. It is because of the causes of that behavior without knowing na we humans have the capacity to change and solve our problems. So, we know how to use our critical thinking. We have creativity to solve our problems, our own problems. So, another limitations is it experiments reductionist. So, it oversimplify our behavior, our skills. So, they ignore the complex interaction within a system. So, dito kasi, no, the behaviorists only experiment in the isolated environments. So, halimbawa na yung sa lab rats ni Skinner, no, yung doon lang sa box. So, for example, no, hindi naman tayo natututo lang sa school. So, natututo rin tayo through interacting with other people. So, that's why nasali siya sa weaknesses and limitations ng behaviorism. So, proceed tayo sa classical conditioning. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung classical conditioning, no? Yung classical conditioning, it is also known as Pavlovian or respondent conditioning. It is learning through association and was discovered by Pavlov, a Russian physiologist. So in a simple term, no, it is two stimuli are linked together to produce a new learned response in a person or animal. So it was proposed by John B. Watson, no, na that the process of classical conditioning based on Pavlov's observation based on Pavlov's observation, no, it was able to explain all aspect of human psychology. So the classical conditioning, it is like training your brain to automatically react to something new. So it is learning through association where yung neutral thing became linked to something that naturally causes a response. So ito yung patuloy na nai-experience, no, ng isang individual wherein nagkakaroon siya ng bagong reaction or responses sa mga bagay na hindi naman niya dati katakutan or bagay na wala naman sa kanya dati. So para mas maintindihan, no, pag-usapan natin yung ginawang experiment ni Watson na kung saan en-experimentahan niya yung isang 9-month-old na infant. So, dito, no, nagkaroon siya ng idea na pwede nating ma-program or maturuan yung 9-month-old. Sa first stage, no, according sa nakita kong video, wherein dito, pinipresent, before conditioning, pinipresent pa muna ni Watson yung mga animals. So, isa na dito yung yung monkey, yung aso, yung rabbit, at saka yung white rat. At saka last is yung lalaking nakamask. So sa first stage wherein habang pinipresent yung mga animals is wala pang gaanong responses yung infant or yung baby. So nag-i-indicate lang ito na hindi pa condition yung baby sa mga animals na pinapakita sa kanya. So sa second stage naman, so dito na yung during conditioning, no, na kung saan in-associate na ni Watson yung mga animals sa malakas na ingay na nanggagaling sa metal at saka sa hammer. So, yung metal at saka hammer, yun yung ginagamit naman para makakreate ng ingay. So, dito na pumapasok yung neutral stimuli, no? So, ang neutral stimuli dito, ito yung malakas na ingay na naririnig nung infant habang pinapakita yung mga unconditioned stimulus o yung mga hayop. So, dito, no, sa during conditioning, every time na aabutin ng infant ang mga animals katulad nung especially yung white rat is pinipaired sa malakas na ingay. So, dahil dito, no, nagkaroon ng takot yung bata at umiiyak na every time na makikita niya yung every time na ipipresent yung animals at saka ipipair ng malakas na ingay. So sa last stage, yung after conditioning, dito na naging condition yung infant na kahit wala ng ingay na naririnig habang pinipresent yung mga animals sa harapan ng infant or nung baby is umiiyak na yung bata at lumalayo. So, hindi na niya inaabot yung white rat. So, nagkaroon na dito ng conditioned response yung infant dahil sa method na ginawa ni John B. Watson. So, itong process na to is ito na yung tinatawag nating classical conditioning wherein nati-train yung brain natin na magkaroon ng response sa mga bagay na dati naman wala naman sa atin. So actually, no, yung ginawang experiment ni Watson ay makukonsider natin as unethical and cruel. Kasi imagine, the trauma na iiwan mo sa bata every time na makakarinig siya ng malakas na ingay or makikita niya yung ginamit na bagay sa kanya during experiment. So, but nung time na yun, no, pag-experiment kasi sa bata is, consider nila yung experiment ni Watson na as a logical and natural progression from previous animal studies. So, the last reporter will continue the topic and yun lang po and assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.